So that was so exciting. I don't have any gifts like that. If that's not incentive, I don't know what is, right? Okay, so that was very inspiring, and that is not going to stop. We have lots of inspiration for you today. I want to bring up a coach friend. He is a father of 2 beautiful children, a husband, and he himself, 3 years ago, found Beachbody products that changed his life. 2 years ago, he stood up in front of a crowd like this and told his own transformation story. As a coach, he's been paying it forward and now wants to introduce you to someone who he has helped. Joe Del Mastro.
Thank you so much, Amy. So yeah, 2 years ago, I stood in front of a room with 70 people. And I think it was at the Farmington Marriott. And Pete introduced me and he blew up the place. And now I'm following Bob Lucido. So maybe next time we can tone it down. Some, like maybe a nap for like 2 minutes. But, you know, so yeah, I mean, 2 years ago, a couple days before the event, this guy, Greg, he was only a 1P elite at that point. He called me up and he said, you know, Joe, we'd love to have you tell your story at Super Saturday. I said, absolutely, this guy sounded awesome, he was cool. What the hell is Super Saturday? And he explained it to me. I said, sure, I'll do anything. So, got up, told my story, and it's just amazing connecting with so many people on your team. The coaches, and paying it forward and helping so many people, and it's brought me to this next person who I'm blown away and inspired every single day by this kid's story. And you know, his story connects with me a little bit because, you know, we tried so many things and so many things just didn't work, but the package that we have is amazing. The fitness, the nutrition, and just the support is unmatched. And, you know, like I said, inspired every day by this next individual. I am so honored and inspired and blown away and fired up by his story. He has lost 125 pounds. Beachbody saved his life. And oh, by the way, Beachbody, for his transformation, gave him $500 as the Beachbody Challenge winner in the daily contest, and he's going to get enrolled in some bigger prizes. So, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, he wears this attire on the beach, so it's all good. Please help me welcome your transformation story for this Super Sunday, Ryan Seabury. Do a selfie. Hashtag.
Thank you, Joe. Yes, sorry. Life complete. I just been photobombed by 300 people. I just first wanted to apologize because yes, I am in a Packer jersey. Not tropical, and sorry for any Cowboy fans. Not your day.
We're our family today.
Very true. As Joe said, my name's Ryan, and I lost 125 pounds. Woo! But what most people don't know is that a few years prior to my actual transformation story, is that I had once lost 85 pounds. And I never did it the right way. I had just the fitness. I actually did it the very dangerously unhealthy way. I starved myself. I would go days without eating. I would actually force myself and find reasons not to eat. So once I started eating again, even if it was the healthy way, I actually ballooned back up, like almost at the blink of an eye. It was like months, it felt like, and I was, not only was I back to my original weight, but I actually was far past that, and I was up to about 325. Could barely get off the couch. I went into a almost virtual black hole Like PlayStation 3 was my best friend. That Grubhub app, the enemy. I still remember the Domino's getting the 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas almost 3 times a week. I went into binge eating. Actually, my favorite line was from the Austin Powers movie when Fat Bastard said, "I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat." And that rang very well true for a long time. It wasn't until 18 months later, Hurricane Sandy hit, and I had a very close near-death experience. I was in charge of cleaning up the roads, cleaning up debris, tree branches, trees that have fallen, with cutting them up so people can pass through. And as quickly as it happened, an electric line snapped and landed right where I was standing. My only reaction was to jump into the back of a truck, and the weight almost stopped me from getting into that truck. So that kind of became a tipping point for me. I knew I had to do something. I started questioning life. Like I started can this be really it? Like there had to be something more. I had to be on earth for something else. So I started questioning things. I was up one night. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. It's actually 4:09 a.m. because I remember thinking the cleaning solution. 4:09, Formula 4:09. I'm sitting there watching SportsCenter. Sitting there watching highlights. There's only so much of LeBron James you can really watch. The same 30 minutes that cycle through. All guys know the same SportsCenter clips. I started flipping through channels. First channel is the Snuggie. Second channel is Billy Mays for OxyClean, And then I come across the third one, it's Tony Horton. Now everybody knows Tony, how charismatic he is, you just gravitate to him. So I start watching it, and knowing my friend was already a graduate of the P90X program, he had great results. So I started watching that, and just still the barrage, the never-ending before-after pictures. And I'm sitting there like, you know what, F this. If they can do it, why can't I? Within 8 hours, literally, it wasn't even 8 hours, I had the program, I called him up, went over, borrowed it from him, within 8 hours, doing the program. Day 1 turned to day 2, 3, 4. By a couple weeks, I was hooked. It was like my drug. It was the new drug. I started working out. That snowballed into, I bought a treadmill, started walking, started running. By month's end, by the first month, I had made my first Beachbody purchase. I bought T25. I decided I want to set my new goal, not just to lose the weight, but I was to run a marathon. I started running. I started using his program as a more cardio-based package. Completed his program. So now I was 2 programs in. I was probably about 60 pounds down. And that kind of stayed true for a while. I kind of did those programs. I did mix and match. I did the Ab Ripper X, Speed 1.0 was kind of my staples. I kept with my running. And it wasn't until about May or June that I was brought into the coaching and Shakeology realm. I was actually brought into it by my girlfriend at the time, fiance now, who also has her own transformation story. I just want to quickly point this out. She's lost 40 pounds with these programs. So I just want to point out, because she should be up here too. She should be right by my side, because without her, she's my reason, she's my why. So without her, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So I started doing that, I started Shakeology, so that nutrition support fully came all-encompassing. I had fitness nutrition support that I didn't have before. With Shakeology, clean eating, all that, the community, the challenge groups, the support, it was never ending. I started doing PIO. At first, I was like, no way. Pilates, yoga, not for me. I can't even tie my shoelaces alone and try to do a downward, upward facing dog, pile flipping. So a little arm twisting, I tried it. I started out, and mind-blowing how awesome it was. Fully believer that her program, although almost on a daily basis, I wanted to curse her out. I think actually at one point, I cursed every one of them out. Like, this speech would go from PG-13 to R-rated R, if you heard the things I said. I started doing those and fully contributed. Her brought my mile times down from about 10-minute to an 8-minute mile, sub 8-minute miles, and fully believed that that program was the reason why. So I completed that program, so now I've done all 3, and I started like mix and matching. Yeah, but so this leads to about current day, the situation. Currently doing the max 30. I'm going into week 2, which I'm sure a lot of people are doing. I've also, starting Monday, I'm going to be doing the Body Beast program, old favorite. This past year, I've done Tough Mudder, 2 Spartan races, 3 half marathons, countless other, at least a handful of other 5Ks, 10Ks. I'm registered for another Tough Mudder Spartan races April and May. But the reason I bring it up is that in May, my second goal will be complete. I am registered for the Providence, Rhode Island Marathon. And I say that because this room, these groups, these programs are the reason why. Without them, I would not be where I am. From Manifest Destiny to Eternal Fit, Bearcat, all the countless challenge groups, to my upline Joe, Sue, Liz, everybody, Greg, like, words can never begin to describe how thankful I am for these programs. It changed my life. And I just got an email. But yeah, so whether my story inspires, whether it relates to people, whether it strives you just every day to be that much better, that much stronger, I welcome you to write your own, stand up here, change your story, change your way, change your life like I did. Without these programs, I would not be up here. And I honestly don't know where I would be, and I don't want to even begin to fathom where I'd be without these programs. So, thank you. And I just want to say, not all 4 a.m. infomercials are a bad idea. Thank you very much. Well, you can thank her. She does the cooking. Mostly it's all the meal plans. I follow all the meal plans. She has a lot of healthy solutions. But it's the pork stir fry. When I wasn't eating, I mean, if I did, I was legitimately having, it wasn't that I didn't eat, I would have like 2 large sheet pies and would just eat bored myself. So now it's the smaller meals, like I eat 4 or 5 times a day.
With the program?
Yes. She won't let me go off the track of that. She's the better half. She's the decision maker. So it's gonna be happy wife, happy life. I learned that early on. But yes, follow the nutrition plans. They gave you the blueprint, and all I can say is just follow it. Because I mean, what else you gotta lose besides the weight? So I mean, got it.